just shoot
Right.
that well out of the sea.
Well, call the meeting. The motion to approve the agenda.
I didn't get this, oh, here.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
You have a creative one.
Yes. There's four, but not seven. Are there any public comments? Supervisor report.
Okay. Just threw all this together about 25 minutes ago, so here we go, I'll do my best. The new animal control facility, I spent better part of a day out there a couple weeks ago. Brightened it up, got a lot of light bulbs changed in there, new furnace filters. Jill mentioned to me that the fire extinguishers were all out of date. Had Getz come in and re-tag those and get those all up to date. I'm hoping this week, because the weather's looking really nice after today, it's supposed to be upper 60s and sunny for the majority of the week. I'd like to try to get over there and start getting some of that exterior cleaned up, the sucker trees that are growing, and just, always have a chance this fall to try to make it look a little nicer and get that cleaned up over there. Let's see here, heating and cooling wise, B&D, Josh Hoy and I told you a month ago, the circulation pump that overheated, so it's running on 2 to 3 phases over there. We got that motor swapped out over there. It's the circulation pump for the chilled water system. Other than that, over in the courthouse and jail, there were no issues as far as heating and cooling goes. Transitional stage still with air conditioning and the heat, it just depends what time of day it is, what we're gonna get running. We still haven't reached that point where it's just gonna be strictly heating. Over here, the 911, I'm so sorry. Forgot to turn it on silent. It's my daughter, I suppose she was.
Money.
Could be, she's in college, so I'll have to, maybe I'll see what kind of message I get. Okay, 911, they have a mini split that services their server room over there, and it was froze up, and I had to have someone come and recharge the unit, because it's Health Department, ADA door over here. The handicap button push to come in. I had a new order because they told me that it wasn't working. Swapped out the button, still wouldn't work. I had to have Bert Paper come in, and he swapped out the receiver up in the unit that's above the door. That was the problem, so that's working well now. I purchased 2 more pallets of salt, my final pallets. That gives me 5 total in the maintenance shed. So we'll see what the winter hands us this year, but every year that's been an ample amount. I've usually wound up with at least 1 left after the year, so we'll see about that. An elevator update for you guys. Shortly after our last meeting on October 6th, Brian from engineering at TK Elevator, he called me and asked if he could come over to get some additional and final measurements on the jack and the doors. He did. He came over on the 6th, and I asked him, not for an exact date, I said, but can you ballpark us as to when this might, get rolling? And he said lead times for the majority of the summer and still have been 8 to 10 weeks. And this was, 3.5 weeks ago about. So we're hopefully looking at some point December for that. And knock on wood, it's been behaving lately. This past month there was no door issues. I didn't have to reset anything. I added 5 gallons of hydro. That was well over a month ago, and I haven't had to add any more. So that's the status on that. And that's all I have wrote down here for you guys. If you have any questions. Oh, if you notice on the claims, there's nothing for household supplies. I was late turning that in because, my guy was on vacation and I couldn't get my invoices from him until after they were due. So that's gonna go through the finance meeting. And I did purchase a lump sum of supplies, which I do every year with my remaining money in those two budget lines. So here coming up, you know, this month, next month, and probably in January, those, like the spending in those two lines will be minimum because I like to spend it all, and stock up. So that's all I got. I hope not. He likes his money. Any questions?
I have noticed there's a few dead trees out there.
Fines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's money sometime in the budget, probably before spring, when they start, you know, so then, just don't want to fall on somebody.
Yeah, absolutely. I can tell them that very thing, say, hey, can you do this in the next 3 weeks for us? And I can meet some over there and we can take a look. It's funny you say that, because I just had a tree fall on my house this past week, so. Yeah, a dead ash tree. It was sitting there for about 10 years and my wife kept asking me if I would cut it down, and I said, oh, it'll come down one of these days. And it did, it came down on the house, so.
And the elevators all taken care of?
Say again?
The elevators.
Yes.
You have a problem?
No, I
You
don't
got
know.
your hearing aids in?
Yeah.
He told us it's behaving.
Oh,
He hasn't
okay.
had to add any more
It
oil.
is, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's,
I'm old.
That's okay.
no, there has been no issues this past month, it's, so,
It always works good when you get ready to fix it.
I know, it's like an automobile, something, you know, you bring it in and they can't find the problem. But that's all I have for today, guys.
You got money, you don't need us to say anything on the trees and.
Well, so exactly here, over here, we're looking at roughly
I know I was wondering.
$6,800 remaining in maintenance and repair.
Should be less than that.
I would hope. It's,
You're not buying ads.
I think, there's something going around, I can't remember what it is that's killing moth pines.
Well, these were ones on the inner row.
So not a bug or fungus or something.
Probably not, because it's just a few here and there. I think they're probably just aging out some of them too. I don't know. 15 years old or so.
somehow we could convince them that it's a service contract, they got $4,000 on that line.
Well, kind of would be, because you're hiring it out.
I always hire the same guy, but anyway, it's, yeah, I can't.
That's a finance question.
I can't foresee that being any more than a couple $1,000 max.
Where did did we get the new trees from?
Yeah,
They're planted?
Yep.
I guess I should have noticed it.
They're between the street and the front of it, of the courthouse over there.
It turned really pretty last month. So hopefully they'll take root and come back well next year.
That's all.
Anybody got anything else for? Okay. County farm management issues. Anybody got any issues other than the filing project?
Have we heard anything from our tenant?
Sorry.
Well, I thought that they were gonna come up and see us a couple times a year. I'm sure they're here and
It's filed and
Just-
against.
Cause they're here now, combining. No, I know, but I mean, they're in the area now.
No, I have not seen or heard from them.
I hope that's what they're done with the report on Neil.
because that's in,
I know at least one of the ones that were sending in the bid contacted them about what crop was gonna be our next year. So they could figure in crop damage. stuff that they do it for. All right. Open and take action on county farm tiling bid.
How many did we receive?
We're not sure. Either, anywhere from 2 to 4. We have 2 from previously and then 2 that came in after we sent. So we don't know if these 2 are replacing those because they don't put names on it. You know? So, just in time. Okay, this is Enrich Drainage, Paxton, Illinois. Okay, tile main bid amount $109,500. Stringer hookup bid amount for hookup is included in that. So, no more. Beaver Creek Pond Drainage LLC.
That's, that case.
I believe so.
Yes.
Okay, $152,701.80.
Are there any significant differences that you noticed?
This one just gives a full, this one gives a list. So it's hard to tell.
Do we have our bid specifications that we can compare to? Or they're attached?
They're attached, both of them. That one is saying they will do it in a timely manner. Beaver Creek Drainage. Like I said before. It was an original one from Beaver Creek Drainage before all the basically those are going through that.
So is this one more, or is Beaver Creek more or less?
It ended up being more after we gave more specifics. Peter Main they're using.
Does he have tree removal on that too?
Well, yeah, it says it's on our specs, trees to be removed from the property.
Smaller ones, multiple places, one big one, put that in one spot, so. I would specify. I know what, we need that. You know, they can figure what, what's best for them.
This is, this is Henry. Was there a second one from Henry?
No,
Who was that other one?
Steiner, they
Did not resubmit it.
They, well, that letter was that they would be able to do it in a timely manner. They're both.
Okay.
Prevailing wage.
We assume so, they were told that. I don't know how field tiling is classified as plumbing. It is definitely not classified as plumbing in the plumbing code.
Right.
He doesn't give any really, he said he can more of the requirements.
They were, I mean, they contacted me about who the tenant was, so that they could get a hold of them on crop damage and all that kind of stuff, so they were being fairly thorough on it.
This one does not, in addition to their bid, the stringer hookup is an addition. And main install in August.
That's where it was supposed to be, they were supposed to, if it was going to be done during a crop being there, they were supposed to figure in the crop damage.
But they've written, it looks to me like that's when it would fit in their schedule,
Well,
but it's written.
That's, as long as they figured in crop damage into that,
This one says prevailing wages when needed.
yeah, I don't know when, you know, where's the cutoff? The guy delivering the tile, does he get paid prevailing wage?
I know it says when needed. So that makes it their problem, right?
Yeah.
And this one specifically names the tenant crop damage, so they've also apparently done their homework. Crop damage for neighbor. Move-in fee.
Well, a lot of them will have a minimum to get them there. And then an hourly rate, so. That's not uncommon for a lot of big construction things.
It's a significant difference. He doesn't have the breakdown for the lake, he doesn't have a breakdown on that like this one.
No, he just says that he, applied to all the requests that we did. I mean, they're everywhere.
You had good results?
I always thought it was too expensive to tile, but it was.
Always.
It's always too expensive.
Okay, any comments?
Are we obligated to take the cheapest one?
No, we are not obligated to take the cheapest one. you better have a good reason for not taking it, because people will say, well, what's the deal here? You know, because there is,
We're in a similar situation, having gotten information from the contractors we've been working with them for 5 years.
well, you're 43 plus $75 per hookup. We don't know how many hookups are with. Hendrix included it, he split it out, which is what we asked for, but if they want to include it, you know. So, you know, it could be $400 or $500 more depending on how many stringers there are to put in. Yeah, that's why we had them do it separate, but they decided they just include it, so. So, at 152, 701.80 plus $75 per hookup,
What's the one?
or 109.5, including everything.
Is it the same size? I mean, that one specifically says 18 inches.
Yeah, tile will be 18 inches there, so. Yes.
Put the resolution in, John said on his file.
With a little help from our treasurer,
More two.
he did give a few things.
You with it?
I'm fine with it.
Accept Henry's tradition.
I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second, is there any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll take the roll.
Oh, I'm sorry. One thing that they put on there was a 300 to it. That's the only thing that I asked about that. We contact you, make sure that we got some time in there. I knew you'd written something in there.
I think that we had the percent to be done within a year.
Okay. I apologize.
We said, thank you, Red Page or something. That was $50 input.
Thank you, folks. First, we should lock this in because it's showing a base tile. Yeah. I thought it was.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it right offhand, but I'm pretty sure that we had in it that need to be completed within 1 year.
So,
Yeah. Might have those certificates already.
We see it.
sorry. That's what I said in
Now's the
requirements.
time to do it before we go ask all the questions now.
That's what we do.
Well, they were contacting me about, you know, crop damage and that, so I mean, I would assume that, and allowing them to do it when there's a crop on it, that does get a better chance of getting it done.
He didn't say it, so.
The crop's almost out.
I don't think they'll make it, they're probably booked for this fall. All right, any other questions? Go ahead and take the roll.
Ducat.
Yeah.
Bowers.
Yes.
Crone.
Yes.
Zumwalt.
Yes.
Barron.
Yes. Just have to get rid of it from there, please. All right. Discussion on animal control building and boards. Mr. Scher. You have
Mr.
update?
Barron. I think I reported to the committee last month that we were investigating the floodproofing of the animal control building and that I had had some conversations with some people from my Illinois Department of Natural Resources and so forth. They had recommended an engineering firm out in Sugar Grove. So I contacted them, and after some back and forth, they decided they don't wanna travel this far to help us, but they did give me the name of another engineering firm down in Urbana, which I've contacted. And the gentleman that I spoke to there, I believe will be in Watsika next week for some other business, and we're gonna get together then and take a look at the building.
Do you recall the name of that firm?
Kegel,
K-E?
Kagle, Ed Kegel was the principal. So that's kind of where the floodproofing part stands over there. As far as the more goes, we're still trying to get some more pricing on the building out in Clifton, so that we can see where we're gonna go there.
For the repairs discussed. For the repairs discussed.
Yes. So that's, progress is a little slower than I would like, but that's where we're at, so.
And the seller is okay with our time frame?
So we haven't specifically gotten into any of that yet. I'm trying to get the pricing together first for repairs. Okay?
Okay. Anybody got any questions for?
So you haven't made an offer really yet?
That's it.
But they haven't come down any or?
We have no reason to. What, and that asks,
I don't wanna do anything on that until I see where we're at with the repairs, cause I think they're fairly extensive and that's gotta have a big part in the whole business, so.
remind me, was the asking price 119 or 109?
119.9 is what
Are there any other properties we're considering for the ward that at this time?
Well, there's one in Crescent City that the coroner has some interest in, so I'm not sure where that's gonna go. but Probably explore that with him.
What is that? What is that?
It's pretty much in the center of town, if you know where the Casey's gas station is, it's about 2 blocks to the south of there. Till I look at it with him, can't really tell you a whole lot more about it, whether it's a viable option or not. I really don't know.
Do you know if it's zoned commercial? Is it zoned commercial?
Not at this time, I don't think so, but I think the coroner has talked to the mayor of town and got something moving in the right direction. It's all stuff I have to find out.
Stay tuned for further.
All right, if there's no further questions for them, thank you. Everybody had a chance to look over the claims?
Oh. Well, I'll bring it up in old business.
Okay. I will be looking forward to it. Audit claim, anybody got questions on any of the claims? Yeah.
There's one in there for 13,000 for AT&T, is that not the last invoice we're gonna get?
I'm hoping so. I am working with them on getting refunded. I'm trying
Okay.
to get refunded for most of what we spent on there. They just keep switching representatives on me.
Any other questions? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve?
Duca, Bowers,
Yes.
Crum,
Yes.
Seymour,
Yes.
Aaron,
Oh,
John had asked a question about sending a thank you to Mr. Case regarding his input, helping with the details. And I think that would be very appropriate. I'd like to not see that get overlooked because, as I mentioned earlier, we are in a similar situation and we deal in money, fiscal responsibility to the taxpayer, but nevertheless, we have to thank those taxpayers who assist us. And then, you know, it's a, I don't know quite the adjective to use, but it's a difficult situation. And also under old business, because I was being held hostage at jury duty last county board meeting. Don't know if you were all aware of that, but anyway, there's a new girl in town and she ain't dismissing people. Anyway, what was the resolution of the situation with, the architect? Was that situation resolved?
yes.
And what happened with it? Because I can't remember. We threw around numbers, did we offer 10?
We paid 10.
We offered 10 and we paid, that was what was approved then at the full board. I haven't read the minutes, clearly. Okay,
Any other old business? Any new business? Any interest in adjourning? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?